We have a lot going on this week, and I have a lot of great setups that I want to go over in this video. If you are trading this week, you do not want to miss this video. I'll be going over the technical analysis, what to expect, as well as the earnings and the economic calendar. We have a ton of earnings going into this week. Companies like Microsoft, Google, Visa, McDonald's, all reporting earnings this week. And this matters because Tesla was down 11% last week because of its earnings report. And we are going to be getting some huge movements to these stocks, these blue chip stocks, that are going to be kind of deciding the fate of the market for the next couple weeks. So let's get started. Make sure to follow, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. I'll be doing a full-on face reveal at 10,000 subscribers. Follow me on Twitter where I post charts, updates, and all of that. You guys can also kind of see my silver stack and gold stack that I'm working on, as well as check out a Mumu, link in the description to get a free stock. And last but not least, SundayStockTalk.com, completely free. You can get these really nice publication press on charts, technical analysis, all of that all in your email newsletter. So let's get started with the economic calendar as well as the earnings report. So this week we do have a lot going on economically. Consumer confidence is going to be a very interesting one on Tuesday. What this basically means is the Fed calls up just regular people in America, and they do kind of the survey on how are consumers feeling about the economy, their spending, all of that. Wednesday, nothing much going on. Tuesday, we have the GDP, which is going to be important. We have initial jobless claims that is going to be important, especially with all the layoffs that we are seeing, but really pretty much low key on the economic calendar. Earnings is going to be huge, and this is absolutely huge. This is when companies start reporting profits and how well they are doing, and this is going to be a huge, huge catalyst. Monday, we have Coca-Cola reporting earnings. We have Signature Bank, First Republic Bank. So these bank stocks that are down like 70% because of the Silicon Valley and the Credit Suisse crash. And then we have tech, starting up earnings. We have Microsoft, we have Google, we have Visa, and then we have McDonald's, we have Verizon, we have a lot of these blue chip, well-known companies that are reporting earnings this week. Meta platforms. So this is going to be an absolute massive, massive week for stocks and for the whole market. And we're going to get some huge, huge swings. Tesla was down 11% last week. So this is a huge thing to keep in mind of this if you're trading, if you're holding any calls, especially at any of the setups that I'm going over. Just keep in mind of these setups. So let's get started with the technical analysis. And let's get started with the overall market, which is the S&P 500. And pretty much we are just trading sideways on the daily time frame. We are legit just trading sideways. We're not going up or down. We're just zigzagging around. We have the 380 area, and then we have the 417 area. One thing to keep in mind is if we start breaking these levels, so we are just trading sideways. It's just boring right now. The main thing to kind of watch is we are just going to be trading sideways, and a nice call area will be around 380, and this is the sell pressure, but pretty much that is it with SPY. It looks really, really boring on the daily time frame. Nothing much going on. Next, we have Apple. So you guys already know about Apple. I am in Apple puts a month out. So I made a whole video on that, so make sure to check that out. But it still looks great for Apple, but we do have earnings coming up, so that is going to be kind of a huge risk factor if you do decide to swing. Next, I have Walmart, and this looks like a incredible play. And one thing to really just again keep in mind is that I do have a lot of setups that I'm looking at this week, but unfortunately, a lot of these setups do have earnings like this week or next week, and a lot of the setups also that I'm looking at also don't have earnings, or what you can really do is just wait until the companies report earnings and then play these setups. So for example, for Walmart, we have this nice setup where we closed above the resistance. Calls are looking nice. We do have earnings coming up on May 18th. So this, could also be a very nice play, just buying a call for a earnings run up prior to the earnings, and right before earnings we can sell our calls. So this is a great play that I'm looking to play calls right at market open. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Next, I have Tesla. And again, Tesla recently dropped with their earnings report. And I'm taking a look at a solid play for calls because we have this nice support around the 163 area, 165. We also have a nice gap down below, but basically playing calls here, and if it goes down below, that is going to be our stop loss. So kind of just buying calls, or just honestly straight up just buying shares. And shares is also a nice play. That could be a 10% profit if we play this gap over here. So we do have this gap caused by the earnings report, but Tesla looks really really nice, especially with the tight stop loss, and shares looks like a no-brainer for Tesla here. Next, I have AMD with the amazing falling wedge on the daily time frame. This looks like a great play. Again, keep in mind of the earnings on May 2nd, but I'm taking a look at calls right at market open, right when it starts. If it starts breaking this resistance at $90, so you can see around here at the 5 minute mark at market open, if we start seeing and pushing that level, I'll be taking a look at calls, and this could be a nice day trade or just a nice swing trade if we close above on the daily time frame. Same thing, sell before earnings. This could be a nice like a earnings play, earnings run up. Just sell before earnings because again, earnings is going to be very risky. Next, we have Ford, and this to me looks incredible because we have a shares play. So it's a cheap stock, and then the setup on the daily looks incredible. Even if you go on the weekly, the setup looks amazing. And this is a solid swing trade, a multiple day hold, multiple week hold. And I want to make a whole video on this because this looks like a massive setup, buying shares here. Okay, shares or leaps. But straight up just buying shares because this looks like a nice shares play. So buying shares here, having a tight stop loss. If we break below on the weekly time frame, cut. And I love the risk to reward with Ford going on here. Looks amazing. Last, we have gold, and I don't want to go just full on in depth right now, but I just want to kind of keep you guys warned on that I'm just watching gold right now. I'm watching gold, silver. This isn't the perfect entry, but I did start really just buying gold and silver and stacking up. I want to make a full-on video on this, on why I am stocking up on silver and gold. There are a lot of political stuff going on with Iran, Saudi, Russia, Japan, and I'll be making a whole video on this, but it's just not the perfect entry, especially during times of recession, during times of war, during times of uncertainty, during times of fear. I think gold and silver is going to be an incredible investment long term, as well as the chart looks incredible. So we have the chart, and then we have a lot of news and a lot of catalysts backing up the play. This reminds me of the play on like vaccine stocks in 2021, as well as the oil play we did right when Russia invaded Ukraine. So taking advantages of these kind of bad scenarios and profiting off of kind of like that fear and greed. And for overall commodities, I think it is going to be a great year, probably next year. But gold and silver, just something to keep in mind of. Overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe. We're going to do a face reveal at 10,000 subscribers. Sign up Mumu, Twitter. And that is it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.